Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, I would like to welcome you for this pre-PhD seminar of the Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Marathwada University for the Department of Mass Communication and Journalism. My topic is influence of mass media on policy making in India. First of all, I would like to sorry for too much late for the seminar or pre-PhD coursework that I'm going to complete it. But due to my busy schedule in my mass media and some other schedules, I could not complete it on time. I'm going to present my influence of media on policy making in India topics pre-PhD seminar. I hope you will like it, and please suggest me for the improvements. Ma'am, shall I start presentation?
Yes, yes.
So, as discussed earlier, my topic is influence of media on policymaking in India.
Okay.
As we know, the media is a fourth state of the democracy. It provides information, it creates opinion, it advocates for the development or the betterment of the society. It propagates the developmental aspects of the society. It also advertises and promotes the artwork or the entertainment or any form of to the large audiences or the masses. Mass media is available in various forms, that is print, electronic, radio, television, video, or audio recording, or through the digital or the internet. The nature or the scope of my study is national levels, because the media or it influences on a national level. The media covers the policy formulation and stimulates as a role of media will be examined in my study. As per the McBride Commission, or it stated that the awakening and molding of critical awareness constitutes a crucial aspects of democratization in the communication process, and that this was a major responsibility which the educator and the communicator must shoulder together. Earlier studies, my research study area or the period is for 2001 to 2025, because my target audience for this research is millennials. As we know, India is a democratic country, and for each and every Indian, democracy is a way of life. Media shapes the policing discourse, public opinion, and setting an agenda for policy making. That's why I chose this topic. As a powerful force in shaping public opinion and policy decisions, media plays a pivotal role. Its implications for the functions of democracy, governance, and overall development of the nations. Basic objectives of my study is to investigate the role of media in public policy making and control in shaping policy outcomes, decision making process. To explore the impact of media's role in framing and agenda setting on policy debates and public opinion. To assess the influence of media on specific policy areas, to illuminate the dynamic at play. To examine the ethical dimensions of media role, policymaking, and the responsibility of media organization. To evaluate the regulatory framework governing media and their implications for policymaking. And the final is to propose recommendations and guidance for a balanced and responsible media engagements in the policymaking process. I have presented three concepts in my PhD thesis or my research proposals. That is the influence of media. Means audience effect models I have adopted, which means media coverage interacts with the audience's pre-existing sensitivities to produce changes in issues concerns. As suggested by the Urban or Al Goldenberg, media is a vehicle or means of communication that disseminates information from the source to the target public. Any media intents for a large audience is called mass media. My second concept of public policy is policy is defined as a set of principles and norms established to guide practice in government. Public policy is the result of the political economy and social events in the history of a nation, as described in the Keval J. Kumar book. Another public policy is defined as it focuses on the decision that creates the output of a political systematic such as transport policies, the management of public health services, the administration of the system or schooling, and the organization of a defense force. My third concept that I have used is India. As described in the Constitution of India, India is a name of a nation described in its official constitution as India, that is Bharat. India is officially the Republic of India, that is Bharat Ganrajya. It's located in South Asia as described in the Oxford University Press. As we know, India is the most populous country, or the populated country, which has 1.5 billion people in its demographics. Article 19(1)(a) of the Indian Constitution provides the freedom of speech and expressions, and that is the backbone of Indian democracy. And it mentions that all citizens shall have the right of freedom of speech and expressions, and media works for the same Constitution article. The basic necessity of my study is to evaluate as media informs, entertain, or educate, or it sets a social agenda and shapes our political system. So what is the influence of policy making formulation of all stages? To know the influence of and implementation of media policies or media influences in the policy making process, as the media advocates roles pressures on certain issues or not. The findings which after my studies will be valuable for policymakers of India, media practitioners or the media professionals, civil society organizations, corporate business houses, and scholars interested in media policies and governance. This study will be helpful for their further research as well. Future line of study means I have divided my chapters in seven chapters. First is concept, where I have conceptualized the framework of the research work, its need and necessity, and then the significance of the study is proposed. Then objectives of the research is properly noted, and later on, nature and scope of the study is mentioned in this first chapter. Second chapter is for the research design, where exploratory research design has been testified. Three stages in design, that is literature review, social survey, and study of insight estimating cases has been described. Then a social survey of 300 citizens of metro cities in India will be surveyed. The study has involved extensive literature review, that is archival or research or print any kind of media. Interview, I will be taking interviews with the key stakeholders of the society, and I will analyze the media content of in any kind of like print, electronic, audio, or visual, and a survey data of the media professionals or policymaker or the general public will be conducted, and 30 experts in the field of also will be interviewed orally for the media influence in the policy making process. My third chapter, sorry. My third chapter is for review of literature, which is exploratory design for review literature is as challenging. So I have taken 50 books or journal or websites for research paper, which will be documented. I have also reviewed the international literature, state level literature, regional or local level literature for my research purposes. Strong points and limitations of earlier scholars will be also be reported in new areas, and it will be properly designed. The fourth chapter is depends on the impacts of media on policy making. That is, what is the current status and conditions. So I have basically divided it into two stages. That is pre-independence period, and second is post-independence period. My fifth chapter. My fifth chapter is for the fieldwork, and I have taken survey of fieldwork as described earlier, and I will be conducting 300 citizens response through Google Form. I will study 5 case studies. That is RTI, Right to Information Act, or the Lokpal Ayukt case, which was led by Anna Hazara movement, and media had covered it nicely. After that, Nirbhaya case, which was happened unfortunately in the capital Delhi. Then withdrawal of former Agricultural and Foreign Citizenship Act led by BJP government in 2019 or 2020. And after that, reservation of Indian women in parliament. So I will be studying these 5 cases as well. My sixth chapter is depends on the sociological analysis. That is what is the sociological analysis of my study would be. So basically the socialization of communication in public engagement I will study, and on the basis of theoretical background, any field of work or new sociological analysis of the problem will be presented. The new sociological approach developed by the scholars like Dennis Maxwell or Alex Theo will be analyzed, and report will be presented in this chapter. And in the sixth chapter, the critical study of the problem can bring new facts to the light of the day. My last chapter would be on the conclusion, and this chapter is based on 2 parts as well. First will be a summary of the 7 chapters will be presented nearly after another, and major findings as a sharp focus for further recommendations, suggestions will also be noted here on the basis of survey. The second part will be on the new theoretical framework will be presented, and along with the analysis, a new theory will be developed. The crux of the study or the summary of the theory can be presented in 5 points. And basically, my summary would be, it reveals that the influence of media on policy making in India is ever increasing. In democracy setting, welfare states is the final aim. To achieve greatest happiness in greatest number is the aim of democracy. In the vibrant democracy of India, media is playing a key role in transmitting welfare messages to the large audiences. Media is trying to fill knowledge gap due to its active role in day-to-day life. And all development programs and outcomes of major policies clearly shows that media is marching ahead in the welfare state. So, and my final or the major finding is media is playing a key role in the process of policy making in India. Media has been responsible for exploring people's strength in policy making, and thus the media's role has become vibrant in agenda setting on policy and debate. It also molding public opinion in current issues. The media's role in specific areas has become crucial and dominant in molding policies. Media is illustrating its power in policy formulation. The media's role during farmers' long agitation was dynamic at play of such an issue. The modernization of democracy is solving some problems. There is a need to examine the ethical dimensions of media's role in policy making, and there is need to study responsibility of media organizations. So basically, this is the crux or the summary of my research work, PhD thesis, on the topic on influence of media on policy making of India. So ma'am, I welcome these suggestions or your guidance for this topic, please.
सर ये रिसर्च पेपर है पूरा आपका, ये थीसिस का ये है?
मैम जो थीसिस हमारा होगा तो उसमें अभी ये करना था कि समरी हमको प्रोवाइड करनी थी कि आप रिसर्च में क्या करने वाले हैं। तो बेसिकली मुझे चूंकि टाइम ज्यादा हो गया है, तो उस हिसाब से मुझे तकरीबन 90% या 80% जिसे कह सकते हैं कि मेरा फाइनल थीसिस का समरी भी है।
अच्छा, ये समरी है,
समरी है जी।
तो ये रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी थोड़ा निकालते हैं क्या
हाँ जी,
इसमें?
जी रिसर्च डिजाइन ये।
हाँ, तो इसमें क्या क्या किए आपने?
मैम हम इसमें एक्सप्लोरेटरी
The
रिसर्च
study
डिजाइन
has involved extensive literature review,
जी मैम।
social survey, citizens metro cities in India.
जी
तो
बिल्कुल।
कौन से सिटीज लिए हैं आपने मेट्रोज में?
मेट्रोज में मैम बेसिकली मैं दिल्ली, मुंबई, कोलकाता और हैदराबाद, ये 4 सिटीज यानी सिटीज को फोकस कर रहा हूँ। उसके अलावा कुछ यानी जो टीयर 2 सिटीज जैसे औरंगाबाद है, या फिर इसके अलावा भी ऐसे कुछ ले सकते हैं। लेकिन फोकस मेरा इस चीज पर रहेगा कि जहां पर मीडिया इंस्टीट्यूशन ज्यादा है, तो ऐसे सिटीज पर फोकस किया जाए।
ओके।
यस।
और स्टेक होल्डर के इंटरव्यू लेंगे क्या?
हाँ मैम, 30 जो एक्सपर्ट्स रहेंगे उनके स्टेक होल्डर्स के इंटरव्यूज रहेंगे। खास तौर से जैसे कोई आईएएस ऑफिसर है, आईपीएस ऑफिसर है, या एनजीओ के जो स्टेक होल्डर्स होते हैं, खास तौर से जो ऑफिस बेरर्स हैं,
तो इसका,
डायरेक्टर्स वगैरह।
हाँ, इसका जो सर्वे है
जी।
उसकी जो ये रहेगी
क्वेश्चन है।
क्वेश्चनरी,
जी मैम।
हाँ, वो बनाएंगे क्या?
मैम कुछ क्वेश्चंस फॉर्म किए हैं, मैं जल्द ही आपको बनाकर तैयार करके बता
वो
देता हूँ।
थोड़ा बना के दिखाओ,
बिल्कुल मैम,
कौन से
बिल्कुल।
टाइप क्या
श्योर मैम।
होंगी।
जी
हाँ?
बिल्कुल मैम, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
और एक मैंने ये पढ़ा कि आपने कुछ 5 इंसिडेंट लिए हैं क्या, कि उसके ऊपर
हाँ
पॉलिसी
जी।
बननी चाहिए,
जी
कुछ है
बिल्कुल
क्या
मैम।
आपका?
जी जी। जैसे आरटीआई एक्ट हुआ था, अन्ना हजारे के लोकपाल बिल मूवमेंट को जिस तरह से मीडिया ने कवरेज दिया था, तो उसके बाद
हम्म।
गवर्नमेंट को पॉलिसी फॉर्म करना पड़ी थी कि नहीं, हमको यानी उस एक्ट के लिए मीडिया का जब प्रेशर आया था, इन्फ्लुएंस हुआ था, तो पॉलिसी अपनी चेंज करना पड़ी थी गवर्नमेंट को। उस टाइम पे कांग्रेस गवर्नमेंट थी और उन्होंने किया था। सेम ही तो उसी तरह से मैम दिल्ली में एक जो निर्भया केस हुआ था, उसके बाद मीडिया ने कंटिन्यूस उस पर स्टोरीज की थी, विमेन सिक्योरिटी के लेकर कई तरह के इश्यूज, पॉलिसीज वगैरह या गवर्नमेंट के जो लैक्यूना थे उसको कम करने की कोशिश की गई थी, जिसके बाद गवर्नमेंट ने निर्भया एक्ट लागू किया था। इसी तरह से जो अभी हम देखते हैं कि 2 साल पहले यहाँ पर फॉर्मर्स, खासतौर से हरियाणा, पंजाब वगैरह जो नॉर्दर्न स्टेट्स है, वहां से उन्होंने एजुटेशन किया था नए फॉर्म्स एक्ट के अगेंस्ट में। तो गवर्नमेंट को पॉलिसीज वापस लेनी पड़ी, ये बीजेपी गवर्नमेंट का है। उसके बाद जो विमेन सिक्योरिटी है या विमेन इनसिक्योरिटीज वगैरह जितने हमारे पास हुआ है, या रिप्रेजेंटेशन का था, रिजर्वेशन का था, विमेन का इश्यू, तो मीडिया ने उस चीज को भी टैकल किया, कंटिन्यूस हैमरिंग की, हर मर्तबा स्टोरी बताई, जिसके बाद गवर्नमेंट इन्फ्लुएंस होकर अपनी पॉलिसीज चेंज की। तो ये इस तरह से मैम केसेस स्टडीज जो तो लेने होंगे।
ठीक है सर, ओके,
जी मैम। थैंक यू मैम।
गो अहेड।
थैंक यू
ओके,
मैम,
थैंक
थैंक यू
यू।
सो मच, थैंक यू।